Today I did the No Jumper podcast, the No Jumper show with Adam and Flacco. I did that great interview. Wait till y'all see that great interview that I did at No Jumper. That's going to be out probably in a couple of weeks. I don't know. I don't know when they're going to put it out, but great interview. What's up, Teslin? How are you, beloved? But we're here. I'm here with the family. I've been just busy getting a lot of stuff organized. We're still trying to get stuff organized for our potential event up in Washington, D.C., where we want to have the reparations rally and the justice rally. We're working on that now. I've been corresponding with the park rangers out there in Washington, D.C., and they're just giving me all the logistics, and we're filling out all the paperwork. It's a process. It's a process. They're telling us what we can bring, what we can't bring, how many days it takes to load in. So it's a lot of logistics behind it. So we're taking care of that now. We're going to keep people posted on the progress of the event, but a lot of people are excited about it. We're going to do everything we can to make this event pop off. We're going to make this thing massive, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let's get right into it. What's up, Nicole, Tesla? Let me see some of the regulars. NYCT, what's up, Mel? What's up, D. Tubman? Right now, what's up, Great Black Shark? Shout out to everybody in here. So what we're talking about now, a lot of stuff going on, man. Um, I was trending the other day. I don't know why, because I haven't really been on like that. I just been on and off. I was trending, was it yesterday or the day before? And I don't even know why, to be honest. I don't know why I was trending. And now FBAs, that's trending right now in some places. So I don't know why that's trending, but I do see that there are a lot of rooms and a lot of conversations going on. I was in Luther Campbell's room earlier, real briefly, just going over some things. And I see the FBA family is out here getting some straightening going on. This thing is probably trending because now it's an election season. We see a lot of the politicians doing their regular empty pandering now, and they're getting shut down immediately. We're not trying to hear none of that. The Democrats got their Negro shills running out here trying to con us into voting and all of this stuff, and we are dead serious about what we want. We want some tangibles if we're going to vote. So now a lot of these tethers who the Democrats usually have, like Roland and all that, and I don't know why Roland is mad at me because I posted that picture of Roland with that hoochie ass St. Louis Saints cheerleader outfit on with them ugly ass boots. He mad at me. We can go to hell. Dude, I did not take you down to Lane Bryant's and get that damn ugly ass hoe ass suit you got on. So don't be mad at me. But Roland is out here doing his regular thing, trying to shame black folks into voting and doing all of that babbling and splaining. And we're like, no, we're not trying to hear babbling and splaining right now. We're not trying to hear none of that deep talk. We're not trying to hear none of that. We're trying to get tangibles. And Luther Campbell was hosting a room with Roland and this other dude. I can't think of his name. He's another tether who has a lot of jealousy and anger towards FBA. I think his name is Steven something. I don't know. He's a nobody. The dude has less than 2,000 followers, and he's very jealous of me, little old moonhead tether. And that moonhead tether was not letting us come in and really state our case. We were trying to be respectful with the conversation. We popped in. They wouldn't even let us up on stage, and they were booting people out the room, and people felt a certain way about that. So the FBA family just did some straightening on all of them. Everybody got a piece of the action. We're not trying to have these tethers come through with these disrespectful conversations. We're not trying to fill these people come into our spaces and try to dictate to us what's good for us as a foundational Black American lineage. Stacey Abrams, she did a campaign ad where it was a bunch of black men, and she was like, yeah, boy, black men don't be voting. Yeah, black men need to get out there and vote. And it was looked like an ad full of a bunch of moist niggas, and they had Big Tigger in there. And I think people were calling it out, and they were calling Big Tigger out. And Big Tigger, he's been kind of ranting on Twitter, and I'm just seeing some of it, talking about how we ain't gonna get reparations and just a whole bunch of little funny style stuff. And from what I understand, Big Tigger, he's Jamaican. His mom is Jamaican. He said his dad is FBA. And family, that's another thing, family. We stated a long time ago on the FBA website, this is why we had to get in front of this stuff. When it comes to reparations, we've always said if you can trace your lineage back to the 1870 census, you are qualified for reparations because you do have foundational Black American lineage. But if you have anchor baby lineage, meaning that you have some FBA lineage and another parent has African or Caribbean lineage, in circumstances like that, you would not be allowed or looked at as a representative for foundational Black Americans because you would have a dual allegiance. So you would not really be in a position to speak about what's best for foundational Black Americans. And we put that on the site early on. And this is why, as we see, we needed to make that designation because people who have dual allegiances, oftentimes they come over here, they're raised by their mama, they were raised by a parent who kind of felt a certain way about us. And they set that same mindset into their children. And their mama or somebody just probably came over here to have a damn anchor baby. They don't give a damn about us or our lineage. It's all about them coming up, and them laying up with an FBA dude was just the price of business. So a lot of these folks who has an FBA family member, they have contempt for them. And then they, by proxy, have contempt for foundational Black Americans as a group. That's why you'll see these tethers pop up and say, well, I'm half FBA and I say we shouldn't get no reparations. That type of stuff, because they have more of an allegiance to their African and Caribbean side. That's why they can't be our representatives. Indian tribes are the same way. If you are in certain Native American tribes and you're not full native of that tribe, let's say you are, I give an example, the Seminoles, by the way. The Seminoles had one warrior named Osceola. Now, Osceola was not a chief because Osceola, he had a Seminole mother and a white father. Okay. So they would not allow him to be a chief, even though he was a very influential Seminole. He wasn't allowed to be a chief because of his lineage. He had dual lineages, and they understood having somebody with a dual allegiance, they should not actually be the spokesperson or the representative for the needs of the entire tribe because their judgment would be somewhat compromised. Same thing with us, family. A lot of these folks who have these anchor baby backgrounds, again, too much. We don't know if this person has vitriol. We don't know what allegiance this person has to us or his foreign nationality. So we don't want to play that game. Full FBA people should be our representatives, especially in politics and other instances when we need spokespersons to speak for what's best for our lineage. You see, and this is why a lot of people are kind of upset because we're getting some straightening going on. We are setting the rules as to who we want representing us and how we will engage people. We are making power moves. So this is why people are panicking right now. Oh, these FBA niggas. Oh, I hate you niggas. You FBA, you are a terrorist group, nigga. They're saying anything. They're saying anything. They're just babbling right now because this is something that they can't really control. White mommy and white daddy can't do nothing because this is a code. The code is in your mind. You can't take the code out of somebody's mind, see? So they want to go tell somebody, but there's nobody to tell. White mommy and white daddy can't do anything. We're not a group. We're not an organization. We're not secretly meeting somewhere in the middle of the night. So codification and being on code like this, that's scary to a lot of people because they're so used to riding our coattails and capitalizing off of the things that we've done for them and capitalizing off what we've done for ourselves and trying to take credit for it. Y'all saw the other day, they were trying to take credits. And that's another thing. You got a bunch of these $5 FBAs now trying to wiggle and twist some logic to try to associate themselves with our lineage now. See, the term African American, they could use that term and latch on to our lineage. You understand? Even if they were not descendants of slaves, they just come over and say, well, I'm African American. I'm born in Africa. I live in America. I'm African American, which is technically true. But with foundational Black American, you can't remix that. I've said that many times. That's a term that's damn near impossible to be remixed. So now they're trying to come up with all types of leaps of logic. They're trying to dig back 200 years ago and say, okay, well, somebody was born in the Caribbean and were brought over here 200 years ago. Well, and they are Haitian. Does that kind of make them FBA too? They saying anything. Fats Domino, the singer, they're trying to claim that he's Haitian because he had a great 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 grandfather who was born in Santo Domingo in the 1780s, but brought over here on a plantation. And on a census later on, they asked his birthplace, and he put, I was born in Santo Domingo. But he was enslaved over here, gave birth to Fats Domino's grandfather, then father, then ultimately Fats Domino. Now his mother, that's from his mother's side. Now his father is full foundational Black American, but that was from his mother's side. His mother had a great great grandfather who was born in Santo Domingo. So now they use that. Some tethers was like, well, Fats Domino is really Haitian. He's not Haitian for two reasons. Number one, they got sold off from Santo Domingo. When they came here, you became a whole new ethnic group because they didn't go back and forth. They stayed here. So they didn't bring any cultural things from Haiti with them. And then they became part of foundational Black American culture. And then that was passed down. Secondly, there was no Haiti in the 1700s. It was Santo Domingo. So the culture of Haiti wasn't even there. So we if you understand history, you can check people on all of these twists of logic that they try to throw out there. What's up, T.S. Giselle? What's going on, my husky friend? Let me get T.S. Giselle on here. I see you in here trying to get requested. What's on your mind? Hold on. Usually I don't put you on here, but T.S. Giselle, what's on your mind? T.S. Giselle, you turn your microphone on, sir?
Hi, Tariq. It's been a long time. You've been
Yes.
running scared. What's going on?
I'm not running scared. Running scared from what?
I mean, for me, well, hold on
Well,
for a
yeah,
second.
I'm gonna run from you. You running, you trying to stick your penis in people. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna run from you. So what's on your mind?
Hold on. Can you give me like 30 seconds?
Oh, are you trying to tuck? What you trying to do?
Tariq, stop. Hold on.
Lord.
I just need to plug my phone up. It's going to die.
Oh Lord, man. Dude, you out here doing OnlyFans videos for your customers, brother? Come on.
Um,
So what's on your mind?
so,
Come on, TS. What's on your mind?
yeah, so you, we haven't been able to have a conversation, but Tariq, I wanted to talk to you about the election. You have not allowed me on stage. I wanted to, I think that you owe me an apology
For what?
because I told you the doctrine that was being preached was not a winnable strategy, and it was not.
What are you talking about? What election? About Marcel?
District 6 of South Carolina. I
Okay, yeah, you're
told you.
still on that, baby, sweetie, sir. We're past that. We're
We are
past that.
past we are
We're
past
past that.
that.
And also it was a success because the messaging is out there. Our brother Marcel did an excellent job getting the messaging out there. The messaging is out there stronger than ever. So it was a full success, just like your surgery. Well, it wasn't that much of a success but that's neither here nor there. But it
Tariq,
was a
am I going
great
to get
success.
an invitation to the FBA Million Man March? I'll provide entertainment for free.
Well, you are a man, and so yeah, I guess you can go. You are
I'm not a
qualified to go.
man. I'm a trans woman. Stop it.
Okay. All right. Anyway, there you go.
Tariq, every
All right,
girl's
get out of here.
dream.
Get out of here and do something with yourself. All right. So she want to go to the Million Man March. I guess you can be a keynote speaker. All right, just don't wear your wig. Lord. Anyway, all right. Let me get some more folks in here. All right. Shout out to Marcel in here. Okay, let's raise your hand, family. Let's talk to the family. Let's get some of the family members in here. Let me know what's on your mind. FB. Oh, damn, we got 1,300 people in here already. We got a lot of folks in here already. Let me get my brother Sonny in here. Let's get Sonny in here to chop it up. What's up, brother Sonny?
What's going down, my G?
What's going on with you, fam?
Man, nothing much, man. They doing an all-out blitz right now on the foundational Black American family. T.S. Giselle was just up there talking trash, and then she gonna come up in here. He gonna come up in here and flip in front of the whole family, like Luke wasn't giving everybody the Democratic shield talking points, and it's just crazy, family. But guess what? We the secure the tribe. We still pulling up. The state capitals in September, and then we gonna double back for the FBA rally in October. So
No doubt.
we knocking on doors, and we specifically asking for tangibles, nothing less. If you ain't part of the lineage, then you can't speak for us.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, it's real, man. We about to hit these streets for real, for real. Let me get some more folks in here. Let me get Belly D. That name is hilarious. Let's get Belly D. Williams. And let me see. A lot of folks here. Let's get Jamia. And we'll get Jamia next. All right. What's up, Belly?
Hey, what's going on, bro? I want to back up what Sonny was just saying, man. T.S. Giselle was just in the Uncle Luke room saying you a fake historian, saying the FBA is a hate group and talking all type of shit. Now he want to come in here and act like he family. Like, come on, bro. That's
Okay.
crazy. I don't respect that type of you playing, you throwing rocks and hide your hands, T.S. Giselle. You just talking about all this crazy shit. Now you want to come in here and act like you cool, and I don't respect that. And I really hope that you stick to not letting him. I'm gonna call him a him, not talk in the rooms anymore. And the last thing I want to say, man, a lot of these people on TikTok are still an idea that you brought up for us a couple of years ago about all black people getting life insurance, and that's a way for the police to stop shooting us and for them to get on the police union's ass. And I really, really hope that you keep bringing that point up, man. We all need to get us some life insurance. And when we do the FBA March, I really hope that you get some of the guys like the Wall Street Trapper or the guys from Earn Your Leisure or somebody who can talk finances and life insurance for us. And that's all I say. I land my plane, brother.
Thank you so much, brother. Oh yeah, fam. Let me ask y'all something. I need some suggestions for the family. That brother reminded me of something. We're getting a mural done. We're going to have a mural done of some of our past and living FBA icons. I would like for the family to throw some names at me of who you think would be good to put on the mural. We're going to definitely do Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. We're going to do Biddy Mason, John Henry Clark, I think Ida B. Wells. I don't want to do the typical just Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. I don't want to do the typical Malcolm, Martin, Frederick Douglass. We want to do some other icons who are respected within the community, but not really revered the way they should be. So it's very important that Dr. Welsing is going to be the first. In the museum we have, we're getting some stuff together to really, 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 really honor that sister. I would like for you guys to throw some more names at me. I'm thinking also Brother Kaba, James Small, some of our living legends. I want to give them their flowers while they're here. So if you guys can throw some names at me in my Twitter, not you don't have to do it now, but in reply to me on Twitter, some names that you think would be something that would really honor our FBA icons and scholars and people like that. That would be great. Let me get Jamia in here. Then I'm going to get my brother Marcel. Jamia? Oh, Jamia got up out of here. She had something boiling on the stove. What's up? Let's get brother Marcel in here. I'm good, sir. How are you, brother Marcel?
I'm doing good, so I'm going to be quick. I want everyone to stay encouraged. The fact that we're seeing this massive movement to try to, first of all, label FBA a hate group, Freeman, ADOS, when we're really all just focused on reparations, that should be a sign that lets us know that we may think that these Twitter spaces and that we're such a small group, but we are getting massive attention. They only come after us when they feel we are a threat. I also want to say, Tariq, that I'm going to still make that volunteer sign up sheet. I was just trying to think of a way where the trolls can't sign up and just, do silly stuff. But I want to encourage everyone, like I said, y'all, it can't all be on one person. So if we want this FBA rally to happen, we need to reach out to Tariq and offer our help. We have a bad habit of sitting back and wanting one person to do everything. And then when it doesn't happen, talking trash over about we just talk. So we all have to, many hands make the load light. So that's all I want to say right there.
Yes. Much respect to you, brother. Yeah, shout out to brother Marcel. Yeah, he reached out and he was like, "Hey, man, I'll get a volunteer list together, man, and I do everything that I can to help." And that's greatly appreciated because this is going to be a task. Even talking to the park people, the park and recreations people out there, it's a lot of stuff that we got to have done. They were telling me for the crowd, we got to have a bunch of porta potties, and they got to put some type of special tarp on the grass so that the grass doesn't. It's a whole bunch of very deep logistics to it. So these things, it takes a lot to put these things together. It's a process, but we're going to do it. That's not a complaint. We're just giving people an idea of what has to be done. But yeah, we're going to get it done. Let me get brother Jalen in here. Let's get brother Jalen. I keep saying Jalen, but that's Sir Major, and then we'll get Great Black Shark in here. What's up, Sir Major? What's happening with you, brother? Where you at, Sir Major? Sir Major, where you at? All right, Sir Major, where you at, brother? All right. Well, we'll get you in a minute, Sir Major. I don't know what's going on with your thing, sir. All right, let's get I'm gonna get Great Black in a minute. Let's get What's your name, brother?
It's Brother Waquando,
Waquando.
my brother.
There you go. What's up, bro?
Assalamu alaikum, hold the bacon. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but how's
All
your day
right
going,
then.
Tariq?
I'm good. What's on your mind, bro?
I'm kicking back. I'm actually trying to see how do you think we can get our reparations quick? And I also wanted to say that I think we should nominate George Floyd on the mural.
No, 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 no.
He was
What
FBA. He
else?
was FBA, my brother. He was a time traveler. He had the cure for COVID. How come?
We should put your grandma on there because she was the first woman to give spoiled breast milk to children. So she's an icon as well.
Hey,
How
you
about
were
that?
tethered, Tariq.
And you are a dusty, musty, license-vested white
You
supremacist. Now get out of here. Well, the white supremacists are out, and my brother Marcel made a great point. There's a blitz going on with the white supremacists and the tethers to really, really try to attack foundational Black Americans. You know what it is? They've done, and the Democrats do, and not just the Democrats, all of the politicians in the political structure, they do like online um, analytic research to see what trends are moving certain conversations and how vibes are going as far as people's feeling towards certain politicians or the electoral process in general. And they're looking to see how influential the FBA movement is and how people are waking up not wanting to get down with these politicians. See, they're throwing these politicians at us and they're throwing these political ads at us, and we're rejecting them. They're like, why are these Negroes rejecting all of our politicians? Why are they rejecting Stacey Abrams? Why are they rejecting Biden? Why are they rejecting all of this immigration, Black Lives Matter and Black and Brown? Why are they rejecting all of that? They're like, oh, this FBA thing. These people are waking up. Now we got to shame them. So now they're trying to get in front of it with all of that. This is a cult. See, eh, that's CIA type of talk. Well, this is a hate group. See, they're trying to redefine what it is. This is a lineage, and they know, but all of that redefining they're trying to do, that's not going to work because we're not co-signing the redefining. We're still on our square about what we are. We are a specific lineage, and we want specific tangibles for our specific group. We have a very specific culture that we want to uphold and maintain. We don't want other people who are non-FBA representing our culture. It's just that simple. And we don't have to follow anybody who's not FBA who tries to represent our culture. See, that's the thing. They can't make us follow anybody. That's the thing that really burns them up. That's why they're so frustrated. You can't make us co-sign Kamala Harris. She's trash. We all know she's trash, and we're not rocking with her. You can't make us co-sign that twerking mammy who had her rusty, crusty butt cheeks in the air twerking, that Caribbean mammy. Y'all can't make us follow that. We've rejected that. We're rejecting all of their filth and garbage that they're throwing at us. We're letting you know what we want and who we want to define us and represent us. Great Black Shark, hop on, brother.
Salute to you, black man. How you doing, man? Blessing to your family.
I'm good, man. How are you, sir?
I'm grand, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I'm not gonna be long, but what we're seeing now with all this garbage going on, they're throwing dirt left and right. What this is, when you study our history, they know that when our people are on code and we're focused, we win. So
Yes.
now they're nervous. The Democrats are behind a lot of this crap. I mean, they're going to be sending their shields out there left and right. Pork chop, prime ribs, Martin, Rolling Martin, the snack pounds, or whatever you want to call them. I call them the last king of chicken wings also. But hey, they go be sending them out here, man. But see, this is the good thing about this rally and the perfect timing of it. It's going to be right before those midterms.
Yes.
So it's going to be a lot of these jokers coming in the woodwork trying to get in the mix and throw shade and all this other kind of foolishness. But see, when we stick together as a people and decide to handle our business and speak for ourselves, we're going to take care of business and get it done. That's what they're afraid of. So
Yeah.
all they better do is get ready for it, because everybody's going to turn out. Everybody's going to do their part to help you with this. So there's not just one man pushing. It's like when we see any of our icons out here or our people that's putting in work for us over a decade and we know you're the real deal, we can't just leave you to push the boulder by yourself. So we got your back, black man. Well, I'm going to land with that.
Much respect. Thank you so much, family. But yeah, my brother made up a good point. And listen, you know what's funny? Right when we announced that we're going to have this rally, all of a sudden we see them really, really attacking FBA. We see it really pop up. Now it's trending. The minute we announce we're going to have a rally, they're like, uh-oh, let's get in front of this right now. Hate group, cult, hate group, cult, they xenophobic. We're seeing this in overdrive right now. They think that they're getting in front of it to try to sully the movement. That's not going to work. They've always done that. When we start making some real serious moves and start making power plays, they always come in with the slander. Now, when we get closer to this rally, family, I'm telling y'all about to see so much slander of me. It's going to be ridiculous. Like when I did buck breaking, right when we were about to release buck breaking, all of a sudden, white media start putting out these crazy articles about me. Just real crazy. Ice Cube is about to make this big multi-million-dollar deal with his sports franchise. He's about to make a real big deal. He got a real big deal on the table. I don't know if it's been signed or whatever. But our brother Ice Cube is about to make a real big power move. Multi-million-dollar deal. And now the white media put out some stories talking about what some of his past raps were anti-Semitic and anti-Asian. All of a sudden, Ice Cube's records have been around for 30 years. All of a sudden, this man is about to do this big multi-million-dollar deal. I'm thinking it might be around $100 million or something like that. I'm not sure the exact number. But then they want to dig back into some of those old NWA records and some of those old records from the 90s talking about he's anti-Semitic and anti-Asian because he was rapping about the Korean liquor stores out here in LA mistreating the black people at the time, which was a thing out here in Los Angeles in the early 90s and the late 80s. Some of the Asian liquor stores were out here shooting people, and cats had to shut them stores down. So whenever we start making power moves and start owning things and controlling our own destiny to a certain degree, the dominant society and the tethers, they always go on this crazy alert about it. Let me get a few more people in here. Who is this? Let me see. Let's get Brandon. Brandon. Some of y'all raise your hand. Where the women at? Sisters, where you at? I wanted to talk to a couple of sisters. See what's on your mind. And we got a sister here. Let me see. Is that a sister or a dude? Okay.
It's a dude.
There was somebody, I couldn't tell what it was. But what's up, Brandon?
Oh, what's going on, man? Brandon from Dallas. I'm going to keep it real quick. Just two things. As far as reparations is concerned, when you say who qualifies, one, you mentioned it has to be, you have to link our lineage back to the 1876 census. And the other stipulation is you said, consider ourselves black within the past 10 years on our census. You think it would be better if you put it to where you consider yourself black on your birth certificate, just to make it more authentic?
Here's the thing, and a lot of people don't have their race on the birth certificate, and I just noticed that because of my daughter. My daughter was born 3 weeks ago, and I noticed we got the birth certificate back the other day, and her race ain't on there, which is strange. I found that real strange.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of people don't have their race on the birth certificate for some reason.
I got you.
So again, so we'd have to get their information now in recent times to see that they've been classifying themselves as black. That's very important. See, people, again, a lot of people try to redefine what foundational Black American is. I was on one room, I think last night, and with some tethers, and they started whining and crying, and one of the tethers tried to use some old twisted logic. Well, I have a relative who was here in 1812, which was all cap, but all right, let's roll with it. Um, so does that make me, qualify for reparations? But the dude who was talking was like from the Caribbean. Like, no, you're Caribbean. But my ancestor was born here, was here in 1812. They fought in the war 1812 and all that. Well, no, that means they left. If your ass is, well, if you were in the Caribbean, that means that ancestor left. And if your lineage has not been here because somebody left for a couple of 100 years, you're not FBA no more. You understand? See, people keep trying to make these little caveat deals to try to latch themselves on to our culture. Well, what if I can trace somebody back to 1790, but then they got sold to Jamaica? Does that make me an FBA and I get some reparations? No, because the relative left. They went to Jamaica and they're no longer FBA. That's how that works. When we went to these different plantations in different countries, they erased the backgrounds of these people and made them a brand new ethnic group. See, that was the trick bag of it. But now we're embracing the positives of it. Like I got DNA that goes to Nigeria, Mozambique, some trace lineage here, some in Europe, but a lot of it is over there in West Africa. My DNA, my genetic material, my DNA goes to certain parts of Nigeria. Who knows when that lineage was created? Who knows which ancestor was over there in Nigeria? Let's say they came over here or they were brought over here to build a country 300 years ago from the area that would become Nigeria. I am a descendant of that person and I am no longer Nigerian. I am not Nigerian. I cannot go to Nigeria and claim Nigeria, and they will not let me claim Nigeria. I am an Akata to them. You see how that works? So we got to understand the logistics of this stuff. There has to be cultural continuity there. See, people try to make all of these little flaky ass twists and turns in order to try to latch on to the FBA lineage now that we're showing the value of it, because we've sat here and allowed other groups to eat off our lineage and eat off our accomplishments because we try to share everything we do with just Black people, period. Foundational Black Americans, we've been the most creative and innovative people on the planet in the last 500 years. And we sit up here and everything we do, we just chalk it up to, well, just African, that's just our African energy, that's just us being African people. And we're letting everybody float with that. And we give all of our accomplishments to African people. And then what happens, they'll turn around and tell us we don't have a culture. See, the reason why a lot of us really got on top of our game and started waking up, especially when we have conversations about music and hip hop, and we've really been big on that conversation. Y'all thank your boy Busta Rhymes for that. Busta Rhymes really put a battery in everybody's back because of the disrespectful comments. We sat up here and we created a whole music genre, and then we made it universal. We said, hey, this is something we created, but we can give credit to everybody because everybody's over here participating in what we created. We all one big happy Black family. We all African brothers and Black brothers and Negro brothers. So we can share this with you guys. We can share that with the Jamaicans. We played that game. And then it went from sharing it with Jamaicans to, well, Jamaicans actually brought it to you. And then it gets real disrespectful when Busta Rhymes says, well, y'all need to thank Jamaicans for giving all of you guys hip hop culture because y'all ain't got no culture. That right there made people say, hey, enough is enough. If you give certain people an inch, then they'll take a mile. That's why we're getting some straightening. We should have been doing some straightening and stop giving everybody our culture and our accomplishments. Because when you take FBAs out of the mix, out of the equation, no disrespect, but what culture do all of these other people really have? No disrespect to anybody, because when you start asking them what their culture is, they start stumbling and stuttering and babbling. You dig? The people who sit up and try to say, well, you FBAs ain't got no culture, that's a projection. Everything over here is either created or influenced by foundational Black American culture. We are literally the culture from top to bottom over here. Let's get a couple of more people in here. Let's get Neil. Let's get Neil in here. What's up, Neil? Neil, where you at? We almost got 2,000 people in here now. We're in here heavy. What's up, Neil? All right, Neil. Now you know you have an iPhone 1, and you should have got your iPhone 1 working. All right, let's get Saud. I think that's your name. Saud. Saud.
Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
All right, walaikum salam. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. I just joined about 2 minutes ago. I've been following you for about 2 years. I appreciate it. I came to this country about 17 years ago. I worked in stores about around 9 years. And now, for the rest of it, I drove buses in California. I have so many friends from the Black community. So much love for you guys. I support you. I'm behind you. And I hope the best.
There you go, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother. All right. Shout out there. There you go. He was still talking, but that's all right. There we go. That's what we need. If you want to be around, throw some support on the fire. All right. If y'all want to come around and support what we do, that's great. That is great. That's what we want. We don't have no problem with nobody. When you come around us, you just can't represent us. But yeah, if you want to support what we do, we welcome that support. That's called respect. See, we're demanding respect in the game here. That's all it's about. It's about respect right now. All right. Let's see. A lot of folks in here. I'm gonna get some of the who else we got? I'm gonna see some of the women we have. We got some sisters up in here. Let's get P Flawed. Let's get P Flawed in here. P Flawed. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for asking. Let me just make this real quick. I think we should try to take the change.org petition. We should try to get that taken down. Can you hear me, Flex?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Hello? Okay.
Can you hear me, Flex?
I think. Yeah, you're going in and out, dear. You're going in and out. Okay, let me get some more folks in. You're kind of going in and out. Let's get Brother Mel in here. Mel, what's going on with you, fam?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? Hey, I got a quick question. Did the Bohemians fight in the Seminole Wars down there in Florida?
You know what? They said some were going back and forth, but very few. Some were going over to the Bahamas, but very few were coming here. You understand what I'm saying? So it was, and the Black Seminoles, it was a small number of them doing a whole bunch of work. Most of them were coming from South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama, Florida. So only a very small few were from the Bahamas. So I don't know who said that.
Okay. Thank you, Tariq.
All right, brother. Yeah, there were some, they were kind of going back and forth on those islands. Some went to Cuba, because they were working with the Spanish. Some of the Black Seminoles were allied with the Spanish. So they were kind of going back and forth a little bit, So, but most of them were from South Carolina and Georgia. And most of them in the Seminole War were actually Gullah Geechee. A lot of them were Gullah Geechee. They were going through Savannah, Georgia, and all of those places. So real rich history, real deep history. Let me see. Let's get Ruben. Yeah, with a name like Ruben, you must be a Ruben the third. Well, that's an old nigga name. No disrespect, but I've never seen a nigga under the age of 70 named Ruben. You got to be a Ruben Jr. or somebody. That name has been passed down from the family tree. What's up, Ruben?
Yeah, how you doing, brother?
What's up? What, did you have an old dad or something? How old is your dad?
My dad, he's 53, but I am a second. I'm Ruben the second. So.
Oh, okay.
So you were spot on with your observation.
Well, I didn't seen a nigga named Ruben in about 15 years, and he was old. God damn. Ruben? All right, what's going on, Ruben?
Hey, brother, I'm good. So I just had this thought the other day listening to Uncle Luke had his space or whatever, and we're rolling and everything. And I'm a young brother. I'm only like 29. So, but
Yeah.
I had thought though, with the whole FBA Caribbean hip hop thing, I found it interesting that Uncle Luke's music was, known for going to the Supreme Court because it was so sexually explicit and kind of contributed to the degradation of hip hop. So I thought that was an interesting thing because hip hop in its original state with FBA was like a positive kind of movement, and then
Yeah.
so I thought that was an interesting correlation. And then thinking about like what they actually contributed to hip hop is like that would be their contribution, which was the like the downgrade of it.
But no, because when Luther was going through that, and shout out to him for fighting that and putting the resources to go to the Supreme Court. But understand, there were other people at the time. That censorship thing was kind of a thing with a lot of entertainers and rappers in the '90s. His got a lot of publicity because of the explicit lyrics and the explicit albums. But remember, at the time, NWA was going through the same thing. Ice-T was going through the same thing. So it was a lot of people going through the same thing at that time too. So it wasn't just him. All right, but thank you so much, Ruben.
All right, and my sisters wanted to let you know.
Okay, my bad, brother. I'd already pushed the button. Shout out to your sister. Well, I wonder what your sister name. Gladys. I wonder if everybody got old names in the family. Shout out to Ruben and sister Gladys. Gladys is 23 years old, named Gladys. Oh, man. Let me get a couple of more folks in here. We are in here heavy right now, ladies and gentlemen. We are in here heavy. What's up? Who is this? Asar the Eternal. Okay, you got a spooky looking page, brother. Let's get Asar the Eternal in here. What's up, Asar? All right. Asar, where you at, man? All right, Asar.
Hey, can you
One
hear
more
me,
time.
bro?
Let's get.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you, Asar. What's on your mind?
chilling, man, chilling. I was just saying, man. I'm from Alabama, but I live in Atlanta right now, and
Yeah.
I had peeped the interview you did, man, not so long ago, where you said that you went to high school out there, and if that's true, man, then I just want to say, hey, I get it, man, because it ain't no joke out there, man, with the racism and everything. So I appreciate what you're doing, the history you teaching, man, and really just going gung ho at this shit, man, because it ain't no joke for real.
Real talk, man. Thank you so much, brother. Let's get what's your name? Why they come at me like that? Phone, you're something. I don't know what your name is.
Hi, Tariq. I just wanted to offer 2 points. The first
Mm-hmm.
is that xenophobia doesn't exist in America just because people are able to, immigrate here and start new lives without fear of getting their faces chopped off. Because that's
Yeah.
oftentimes what we end up getting a response to when you're xenophobic. And just because something hurts your feelings and you happen to be of immigrant origin doesn't necessarily make that xenophobia. And another point that I wanted to, just share with the room, and also I know you know this, but flat blackness is a tool of white supremacy. All of us, like every individual people, have very strict grievances. There are very specific things that have happened and very specific justice claims. So my thought is that if we say, oh, we're all black and try to go under that moniker, and I'm of actually the opinion that only Black Americans are Black because before anybody was, that Blackness didn't exist until we existed here. And we didn't exist here until some other West African tribes kidnapped us and sold us to Europeans for trinkets, empty bottles, and umbrellas and spices. I mean, they did, those people don't even season their food and they got to sell, Black bodies for like cinnamon and stuff. So and that's when we left the shores of Africa, that's when Black was created. And so that's why it's only really for us. But to all of my melanated people, you know, if you flatten Blackness, you are letting a lot of stuff off the hook. And that's just what I wanted to offer. Thank you so much for the space.
Thank you. Now, my thing is, you have to designate yourself and be more clear about it. That's why we do foundational Black American, because Black, what people want to do is kind of redefine what Black is, and that's hard to do because the term has been around so long, and anybody can use it, and it can mean anything to different people. Foundational Black American is a very specific term that we've already defined, and they can't remix. Brand new term, it's clean slate, and that's why people are so triggered by it, because they can't do anything with it but respect it. You understand? And that's a very clear designation of who we are. So when you talk about us as foundational Black Americans, you're not talking about anybody else, and there's not going to be any confusion. What's up, Neil? Are you ready to get on?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on, brother?
Okay, good. Now I just wanted to say that as far as the term Blackness is concerned, I mean, let's not forget that we had Black slaves in the Caribbean, and specifically the greatest amount of slaves were brought actually to Brazil.
Right.
And so the term Blackness has been used in the Caribbean and in South America for that matter.
Right.
So I don't think that that it should be just relegated to Black people, Black ancestry in North America.
Right, that's not going to work because the term has already been used. It's used in the Caribbean, and in fact, let's go deeper. It was used in Spain and Portugal. They were just using the word more. More really means black. It means black or dark. At the time, in the early part of the Iberian Peninsula, they were just speaking kind of a Latin language. So when they saw these black-skinned people, the word black wasn't in use. So they just said, "Hey, look at those Moors." So more ended up being blackamoor, then the black just got chopped off and it was just black. Or negro. They were using the term negro when you look at some of the early Spanish documents when they were bringing people over here. So that word has already been around in different variations. So it's just best to start off with a clean slate and say, hey, look, this is who we are. We're foundational Black Americans. We're FBA. Jean, I see my brother here, Jean, is Haitian, right? Or Haitian American. John, where you at, man? John, turn your microphone on. All right.
My
John.
fault. My fault. I'm on. I'm here. My fault. My fault. Hey, what's up, family? What's up, Tariq? Long time listener of yours since like the Mac Lessons day, and seeing you now is just surreal. But I just wanted to give a shout out to the family. Obviously, as Tariq, as you can identify, and I've been following you for some time on Twitter. I'm Haitian American. I'm first generation Haitian American. So clearly, obviously, not foundational.
Right.
And I, obviously, it is what it is, but I support you guys 100%. I think this is something that's been decades, if not centuries overdue, with foundationals, freedmen, however you want to call it. Like, this is something that needs to be done because, like the sister who called a few calls ago said, flat blackness does more harm than good. There's a lot of harms that get swept under the rug when you use the term black and just use it in a flat manner like that. And, there are differences. You're not going to tell me that foundationals are the same as Nigerians, as the same as Haitians, as the same as, Senegalese or whoever. So I just want to, call in, chime in, say that, I'm proud of you guys, foundationals, everybody. I follow so many people in this space. I'm proud of you guys for finally stepping up and doing something that has been long overdue. I hate the fact that the civil rights generation never got done, and the generations before them never did it. But better late than never. 10 toes down in support of you guys in the trenches, and much respect and love to the new Black media, and especially you, Mr. Nasheed. Keep up the good work.
I appreciate you, brother. And here's the thing, man, because people get this thing mixed up. And shout out to that brother. Look, me, Tariq, I still rock with African brothers, African sisters, Caribbean brothers and sisters. we still Gucci. We good. Anybody who's a writer, a black person anywhere in the diaspora, if you are a writer against systematic white supremacy and you show us the same respect we show you, we are good. You ain't got no problems. That's not hard to do. All we're talking about is showing the same respect for foundational black Americans that we show to you. When we, foundational black Americans, when we go visit your countries, we don't show the kind of disrespect these funky ass tethers be doing over here. And you know we don't. We don't go to Jamaica talking that y'all crazy and trying to get all into your political business, telling you you shouldn't have CARICOM and why you trying to get reparation. We don't do anything remotely close to that. We don't go to Africa telling people what the hell they supposed to do and shouldn't do and trying to tell them that we done brought some culture over to them and all of that goofy stuff. They wouldn't allow it. And we are not allowing people to bring any form of disrespect over to us. We're stopping that. And we've been warning people about this for a long time. We've been telling people, hey, man, some of the brothers over there, sisters over here, y'all got some folks over here who's kind of misrepresenting us, man. Y'all need to get them before we get at them. And the problem is nobody from the diaspora, this is the mistake y'all have made. Y'all haven't been dealing with your coon class. Now, some people say, well, hey, Tariq, y'all have coons over here. Yes, we do. We have the Jesse Lee Petersons and the Diamond and Silks and all of that. But we contain our coons. We deal with ours so that we don't let them embarrass us in public. You know what I'm saying? To the world. We deal with our Sambo class, the Jason Whitlocks and all of that big fat juicy coon. We deal with them. We let people know, hey, this guy right here, the big fat dude with the messed up fade, that's a Sambo, man. Don't take nothing he say serious. He don't represent us. We kind of pull everybody's coat to let you know who the coons are. You guys don't let us know who the Sambos are. And these Sambos start moving and shaking among us. And then they start getting into powerful positions. You see, they start getting into vice president seats like Kamala Harris. Hell, they get into president seats. Barack Obama was a Sambo. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a whole buck. Barack Obama was a Sambo, and I voted for him twice and then put money on his campaign. So I'm saying that as a former supporter of Barack Obama. He used to follow me and unfollowed me. What Barack Obama did to neglect foundational Black American society was criminal and disrespectful. That's why he's persona non grata among Black society. You see, nobody pulled our coat to a Barack Obama type, letting us know that he has vitriol for Black society, foundational Black American society. And we warn people, you better do something about your Sambos, because if you don't get them, I'm going to get them. And when we get them, there might be some collateral damage. And this is what we're seeing now. We're doing some straightening. Everybody's getting that work. If you even remotely look like a tether or act like one, you're going to get that work. Sometimes there's some collateral damage. Unfortunately, you might have some people who's really genuine. They might get caught up in the crossfire. That's a part of the game sometimes. We're doing some straightening, and it has to be done. This is a necessity. We cannot have, as foundational Black Americans, people trying to get over here and misrepresent us and our lineage. We have to do some straightening. And we're already making strides now. That's why a lot of people are nervous and shook about it. Let me get a couple of more people in here. Let's get Nikki Love. Let's get Nikki Love in here. All right. We are in here heavy, 1,800 people. Nikki Love, hop on, dear.
Hey, Tariq, good evening. And I want to just thank you for standing up for your lineage, standing up for your people first. I wanted to just throw out something really quick. You have the pull up in DC coming up this year in October. And Howard University is having their homecoming in October. And I think that would be a great idea to have it around that time to galvanize more people and make them aware of our claim and what we're fighting for. And that's all I needed to say. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. I'm going to definitely look into that. I'll check that out. All right. Anyway, yo, let me get up out of here, man. It's been real. Still a lot of folks in here, man. I'm glad everybody tuned in. Again, I haven't been on in a while, but I'm here. I'd like to thank everybody. Who is Mr. England? Okay, shout out to England. I'm trying to see if I should put a couple of more people on here because there's a lot of people still trying to get on, but I got to go in here and attend to my little infant to see how she's doing in there. All right. Let me see. One more person. Let me get Romnius. Let's get him in here. Romnius. All right. What's going on with you, fam?
Nothing much. I just wanted to make a point of a life observation that I've made about everyday society. So, for one, I believe that foundational Black American people are the most hated for a very specific reason, and I'll explain why. So, you look at the Asians, and specifically the Japanese, and they purposely breed each other to be lighter skinned. Their movies, their anime, their comics, everything is about white people, that they fashion themselves after, and they use cosmetics to make themselves whiter. The same with the Chinese and the Arabs. You have Africa, an entire continent of Black people who bend to the will of white supremacy, who don't even have boots on the ground there, but yet they still see white people as gods. The same thing with Central and South America. They breed each other to be whiter skinned, and they become amalgamated and systemically like want to be white. They breed themselves that way. But foundational Black American in our society, if you're seen putting that cake soap and that color lightness stuff on your skin, you'll be embarrassed and shamed, rightfully so. I believe we are the definition of Black and proud across the entire planet. So you have Black people who don't love themselves in Africa and from these Caribbean countries who can't bring themselves to love themselves like we do, so they despise us. You have Hispanics who breed themselves to be whiter because they don't want to look like they naturally did, and so they despise us. And you got white people who can't control us and who can't make us not love ourselves. It's ingrained to love ourselves because we had no other choice but to love ourselves, considering the trauma and the damage that they've done to us, that we still love ourselves more than any other people on this planet. So I believe that's why we get so much heat from every other race of people, because they have a problem with their own identity, and we're the only people on this planet who love ourselves and don't have that problem with our identity.
That's powerful, brother. That's very powerful. And you hit on some very good points, man. We are very comfortable with ourselves. We're told that, we have a lot of self-hate. Now, foundational Black Americans, man, we're generally very comfortable and confident in who we are because we understood that we couldn't use like certain occupations or certain status positions to identify ourselves with. So we had to identify ourselves from our personal attributes, things that we can create with our hands, certain cultural things that we can create, our music, something that we can create from our bodies, our dances. That's why we always create dances all the time. That can't be taken away. So our personal attributes, we've always been very comfortable with and confident in because of the societal and social deprivation that we've been subjected to. So my man hit some very good points there. All right. Anyway, let me see. Who is this? Okay, there was a sister on here. I was gonna get her on here. Yeah, I wanted to get a sister on before I left. But anyway, man, you guys go to officialfba.com. Go to the FBA website to get some more information. Officialfba.com. We're going to give more information about the upcoming rally that we're going to do in DC. We're still getting the logistics together and getting all the permits and things filled out, and we will keep people posted. And I will say, Papi Akute and Lula Vuve to the family.